Perfect. Thank you, Andrew. And thanks to everybody for joining us for what is our very first FlyPaper Summit. We're very excited to have everybody here and to tell you a little bit about FlyPaper and a little bit about what we've been up to over the past couple of years. So, since this is the very first summit, I'm going to take some liberty here and I'm going to go back in time a little bit to give a little bit of background on how FlyPaper actually came to be. And when I say I'm going to go back in time, I mean that I'm going to go really far back in time. So these are some photos of myself from when I was very young. I'm come from a family of builders. I'm a third generation builder. And ever since I could hold a job legally, I've been working in the trades. So I did that throughout high school and throughout college, where I studied mechanical engineering and then finally construction management. And then after college, when I graduated, I started working for Barton Mallow, which is a general contractor that's based out of the southeastern Michigan. So that's also where FlyPaper is based out of as well. When I came to Barton Mallow Company, I was assigned to the University of Notre Dame campus crossroads job, which was a $500 million job to add 3 buildings around the outside of the university's football stadium. These buildings housed everything from academia to music school to above the bowl, housing all of the new suites and club spaces that were added for game day on Saturdays. So during that project, I was assigned to be the lead BIM coordinator for it. And I quickly found myself running out of time with the various things that I needed to do on that job. So while I was doing the coordination, is also in tandem when I was creating what everybody now knows as our product, Sherlock. The 3 main features of Sherlock were all developed during that almost year-long coordination effort at that University of Notre Dame Campus Crossroads project. Throughout that period of time, those features were refined and made better and made more productive throughout that entire process. After seeing how much Sherlock aided myself and our coordination team during that period of time, I approached Barton Mallow at the time to ask them about if there's a possibility to partner with them to bring Sherlock to the wider construction industry so that we can provide this productivity and time-saving tool to a wider audience. Luckily for me, and luckily for us, that the leadership of Barton Mallow was very receptive to that idea. They also very much were excited about the idea of forming a partnership that was focused on spreading innovation throughout the construction industry. So from those conversations, we jointly created what is now known today as FlyPaper Technologies. So that is the company that you all know now. One question I do get a lot is, how did we come up with FlyPaper Technologies as the name of our company? To be honest, there wasn't a whole heck of a lot of thought put into it, but we wanted something that was unique and memorable. And the word FlyPaper can mean is a very unique word and can mean something kind of gross to some people, but it's something that makes it so it's something that you never forget. So FlyPaper Technologies is a good word to spread the name of our company. We also kind of hijacked that word. The paper side of the company. Construction loves paper, and the fly part of company you can represent as fast. So we wanted to make fast products and to associate them with the construction industry. So that's enough about how we came to be as a company. But so now I want to kind of jump into, all right, what have we been doing since we became a company those few years ago? Now, apparently this slide believes that we have done a lot. One thing that we did is we got an office in beautiful downtown Detroit, Michigan. Now, obviously, with the current state of the world, we are all working from home at this point. I'm sitting here in my kitchen. So we're not necessarily in our office much, but we do have an office in Detroit. And over these past few years, our company has grown. It is now not just myself. It is now myself, Dan Stevenson, who's our software architect, Andrew Stone, who's our marketing specialist. And I want kind of a unique thing on this slide. We have formed a really good relationship with a company named Encircle, who we use to augment and enhance our engineering resources, because Dan and I still do a lot of the development work that FlyPaper does, but we also have a team that we work with at Encircle that we work with hand in hand every single day, and they're an integral part of the what we do here at FlyPaper. Not only has our company started to grow, but Sherlock has been growing throughout these years. Up until this point, Sherlock has grouped over 115 million clashes within Navisworks, which equates to saving at least 16,000 hours of coordinator time. And that is across 140 different construction companies and across 7 countries throughout the world. So Sherlock really has seen some really wide adoption within the BIM coordination space. Over the past couple of years, we've also attended as many conferences as we possibly could. It's really something that we've really enjoyed because we've been able to get to know a lot of our customers. I'm sure a lot of you on this call today either met us at a conference or found out about Sherlock through someone that spoke with us at one of these conferences. Now in these new times, we in-person conferences are for now put on hold. So currently, we've been adjusting the way that we interact with our Sherlock community and how we get the word out about our products as a company. So I want to go over a couple of those things. So that the first is we have created a Discord community. So you can find us on Discord at FlyPaper Tech. This is a great tool for you to be able to communicate with other Sherlock users or other FlyPaper users of our other products. And it's also a great way for you to ask questions or get some help or some support through Discord. Dan and I both, we're on Discord all day long, so we're kind of available all the time throughout that. It's really one of the easiest tools for getting some information out of us. So we do encourage everyone to try to join this because it's a great way to communicate with us and to communicate with the broader FlyPaper community. The other thing that we've recently done is we have started a blog at blog.flypaper.com. We're working on fleshing out this blog with more articles. But for right now, we've got all of our announcements are there. Things like release notes and things like that will be on there. Our announcements about this summit were on there. And the announcement about our Sherlock referral program was also on there as well. Some other things that we're doing on that blog is we have a pro tips section where we'll be filling those in with articles about, kind of advanced uses of Sherlock and advanced uses of our other products, so that you can really kind of take advantage of the full power of those products. And then last but not least, we are on the traditional social media. So we have LinkedIn and at /FlyPaper-Tech, and on Facebook we are on at FlyPaper Tech. These are great ways for you to just get the announcements from our company. And while we are definitely going to miss seeing everybody at the conferences, which were our kind of main source of communication and interaction with our community, we're definitely going to miss seeing everyone at those conferences. But we hope that you will get connected with us on one or all of these different platforms. Now, I'm going to hand over the mic to Dan Stevenson, who is going to kind of continue what we've been doing over the past couple of years and talk a little bit more about our technology that we have here at FlyPaper. So.
Hey everybody, Dan Stevenson here. I did want to say it's interesting how Nick and I, without even coordinating, both decided to do this inside of our kitchens, but we didn't plan that. So I'm really glad everybody decided to show up and take the time to hear how we've been doing, where we came from, and obviously you're here to find out also a lot more about what we're up to and what we plan on doing in the future. A lot of this for us has stemmed from a real desire and a real need to come up with some technical standards, patterns, processes, and innovation surrounding the idea of how will we craft applications for our customers, how will we deliver those applications to them, and how will we support it and maintain it, remain relevant to our customers, and all that. And yes, a lot of technical companies, they're all looking to satisfy a lot of the things that I'm just saying, and we were too. So, before we could actually do this, we needed to ask ourselves, what are some of the ways in which we want to go about this? What are some of if we're going to create something from the ground up, something like a platform, so to speak, a way in which that we can deliver these features and applications. What should this platform be capable of? What should we be capable of as a company? So some of the things that we knew we needed to ask ourselves was, we need to be able to leverage modern software development and release patterns. One of the best ways of doing this, of course, is becoming educated on what are the new bleeding edge patterns, not just bleeding edge patterns, but take it back a notch and look at cutting edge patterns that have been established by larger organizations like, say, Google or Facebook or Amazon, and take note of the pros and cons related to those patterns and see what fits for us and how we can leverage those. We also knew that on top of going about things in a very modern way, yes, and going about things using these more like modern approaches to software engineering, we wanted to make sure at all times that we had an infinitely scalable solution. So what does that really mean? Oftentimes you'll use applications that become slow because so many people are using it, or they become slow because perhaps this application is only available in one particular region of the world, and people trying to access it are in another part of the world. And in this modern age, applications that are created from the ground up and software engineering practices that allow us to create these applications, they allow you to think about the construction of those applications in such a way that they are infinitely scalable, capable of satisfying an infinite number of users, and also being able to satisfy those users in multiple places across the world. And this is definitely a tenet of ours. We also know that we also feel that it's important that these applications be able to run anywhere. So from the outset, Nick and I's worked together a couple of years ago when I joined FlyPaper. We sat down and really thought about the aforementioned points that I've just brought up, as well as how are we going to execute these applications across these multiple devices, and also not just the how, but also remembering at all times how important it is to make sure that we satisfy that. So of course, you have applications that can run anywhere, and they can satisfy any number of people and in any location in the world. And yes, of course, now they can run on any type of device. But also part of our expectations of ourselves is we should be able to rapidly deploy this. Meaning, when we create a new feature or fix an issue, we should be able to get it out to our customers as fast as possible. And so, with a lot of the technical things that I've just said, I mean, that's something that really resonates with a lot of customers, that those fixes get out and they get out quickly, and that there's not a lot of fuss about it. No needing to do things like restart your computer or restart your device, things like that. And so we're eager to ensure that when we are creating applications that we're thinking about stuff like this. And of course, we want zero downtime. And that's a tough one. That's a tough one for a company to be able to say that they can do. We're pretty darn close to it, I'd say. We've really improved a lot of things that I'm going to talk about here in a second to get us to a point where everything that's mission critical is something that's running always. So with that being said, so what have we been doing with all these things in mind? Well, for the last 2 years, we've been engaged in the development of a platform capable of running our applications that would satisfy all the things that I just talked about. And we worked, in our office downtown, like Nick was talking about. Nick and I literally sat next to each other every single day, and for the most part have up until this pandemic, working to create an innovative platform that would fuel FlyPaper's next wave of products. So what this platform represents our ability to innovate and deliver new and meaningful products beyond Charlotte. So that's what we've been up to, and we've been able to satisfy pretty much every single thing that I just mentioned before. Being completely honest with you, all those tenets that I had just mentioned, all those things that we saw in ourselves. Yes, we need to be able to be a company that can deliver these types of things to our customers. We've done that, and we've actually had the opportunity to work with Barton Malow to have our first application, FlyPaper Daily, that was built on this new platform in private beta for the last year. And it's been really great that we've been able to have that relationship with them. And now we feel like we're at a point where we're able to bring this application to the world. And so in November of this year, we will be announcing the public release of the FlyPaper Daily application that is running on our FlyPaper platform. And so we're very excited about that. To take just a slight step back to talk about Barton Malow's involvement in this recent technical work that we've been doing. Barton Malow's been involved since the beginning, like Nick said, and they've been involved since the beginning when it comes to the creation of this platform, and specifically the FlyPaper Daily application, which we all jointly agreed would be very useful and meaningful. Definitely a subject that we were really interested in tackling. And so for the first year of our work together, we worked very closely with BDC team, leadership, project managers, even foremen, and constantly we're listening and hearing about the deficiencies perhaps in other daily reporting tools, and what was lacking, and what a large company would really need to satisfy their actual superintendent daily reports. And of course, they also had needs like scalability and making sure it could run across multiple devices, both mobile and web, and all this criteria. And today, more than 300 projects across the country are using FlyPaper Daily as their superintendent daily reporting tool. And it really just continues to increase. We're constantly getting requests to onboard customers, and constantly getting demos to educate project engineers, BDC team members, foremen, and any of their superintendents, or excuse me, any of their subcontractors. We're also there to help as well. So one of the things that, kind of sort of wrap up a little bit about what I'm talking about is that we realized that over the last couple of years, we've created something pretty cool, and it's something that we're definitely proud of. But also it's something that's pretty useful, and the techniques and the patterns that we have for creating innovative applications has just become so polished, and our ability to deliver meaningful applications to customers is now something that we've got pretty refined. So with this, it opens the door for us to consider the option of having one of our product offerings be our professional services component, which basically means that we can be a development shop for hire, and we are able to provide custom solutions based on our platform to customers. And we're talking about from the discovery to the design to the actual implementation of the application itself, to actually deploying that application, maintaining it, and providing support for it as well. So we're going to brainstorm more about that in our keynote. We're very excited to tell everyone that this is something that we are also offering as a product in the FlyPaper suite as it continues to expand. So I just wanted to take just a brief moment to sort of mention that we are going to be doing this. That's pretty much it, just for what I was going to talk about with respect to how we're doing things from a technical standpoint. FlyPaper Daily, a new tool that we've been working on, and of course our professional services piece.